Hi everyone. Today I'm here to discuss one issue, and a tricky one on that, from a regulatory perspective that continues to affect the M&A climate. This happens to be the issue around interpretation and applicability of Press Note 3 of 2020. As many of you might be aware, this was the relevant notification in which the government of India, in the backdrop of COVID and border tensions with China, introduced the requirement that any investment, directly or indirectly, whether legal or beneficial, coming in from land border countries will require prior approval of the government, irrespective of whether the sector is under the automatic route or under the route. Now, we all recognize the political and economic objectives that this particular regulatory change intended to meet. However, over a period of time, this has had some undesirable consequences, particularly for the private equity and the venture capital world, where a number of large private equity funds, which are based in Europe, in the United States, and other parts of the world, even though the fund may be based there, the general partner is located there, but if they have raised even limited capital from limited partners who basically had no control rights on the fund, even that was getting construed and picked up as in the requirement of Press Note 3. The practitioners for a really long while have been asking the government to clarify the position. We know that the authorized dealer banks have been taking a position in line with the definition of beneficial ownership under the RBI KYC rules as well as the PMLA rules, that the definition of beneficial ownership is anything above 10%. But we know for a fact that the government of India has thus far not clarified this position. We've had several deliberations informally with the government, and we do believe that over a period of time, they have appreciated that there is a requirement to clarify as to what should be the meaning of the term beneficial ownership. So a clear definition on what gets construed as beneficial ownership, and hopefully aligning it with what the ED banks have been advising foreign investors, which is 10%. If that kind of change was to happen, it will bring in a lot more clarity and certainty for large private equity and venture capital funds, whose capital this country needs more and more on a daily basis if we have to meet the avowed objective of becoming a $10 trillion economy. And in that backdrop, any clarification from the government on this particular issue would be most welcome. The other effect also has been that, prior to the introduction of Press Note 3 of 2020, a number of Chinese companies had already made large presence in India, whether it was in the manufacturing side or whether it was in the service sector side. Now, many of those companies have hundreds of employees. They have partnership with banks. They've borrowed local debt and so on and so forth to grow their operations. These companies, some of them are starved of capital. We have of late seen a trend where a number of these Indian companies with Chinese ownership are having to look at creative ways to be able to offload the equity in favor of domestic partners to be able to make sure that the companies continue to do well and are able to service various stakeholders in India. I think that trend is likely to continue, and hopefully the government should also clarify on this particular issue in a way that at least Chinese investors are able to do rights issues and fund the company to be able to meet the requirements of capital that those Indian companies may have. The third point would also be, because we know that the Press Note 3 approval process is somewhat painstaking. It takes a lot of time. We understand that the proposals have to be vetted from a national security point of view. That often means that there's a lot of delay. Perhaps a mechanism could be introduced where the government could look at a green clearance mechanism, where if an investor has been vetted and scrutinized from a national security standpoint, once that investor has been blessed by the government, then any further investment by that relevant private equity fund or venture capital fund should not trigger fresh Press Note 3 requirements. Or another variation of that could perhaps be that at least certain sensitive sectors such as defense, atomic energy, power, those sectors could be excluded. But in non-controversial, non-national security linked sectors, there could definitely be a much more greater push for this green clearance mechanism, where investors could be given one-time blessing and then they are able to invest. Some of these changes will go a long way in giving impetus to further capital being brought into the country, which of course is absolutely crucial if we have to meet the avowed objective of a $10 trillion economy. Thank you.